Now let's go over creating scenes and animations. To do this, I'm going to go to View, Animation, Add Scene, and there we see we created our first scene tab right here. And what I'm going to do is move my camera around. I'm going to kind of line it up with the steps here, and I'm going to right click, add, and there I added another scene. And I'm going to zoom in here. Just move my camera and click add, and I'm going to move it one more time, and I'm going to right click, add. So there I've added 4 scenes, and I could click on these and you can see how it'll just go to that scene that I saved. And there are some settings that we can adjust here. I'm going to go to View, Animation, Settings, and this is our scene transition. This is how long it takes to go through that or to move to one scene to another. And this is the scene delay. This is how long it takes to move to transition from one scene to another. So if it's in the scene 1, it will pause for 2 seconds and then it will go to scene 2, then pause for 2 seconds, go to scene 3 if I had a value at 2. But if I have it at 0, there will be no pause and it will just move smoothly from one scene to another. So I'm going to leave that at 4 for this one. Actually, I'm going to change that to 3. And let's go ahead and zoom out. And if we want to kind of preview what that animation might look like, I can just click my scenes here and go to scene 2, scene 3, and scene 4. So as you can see, it kind of moves smoothly from one scene to another. And another thing I can do if I want the scene to look a little bit more alive, or just some more action to a scene. So let's look at scene 1, and we can see where our shadows are. So I'm going to move my shadows for scene 2. So here's my shadow settings here. Now let's go ahead and move this to noontime there. And I'm going to right click and hit update. And then I'm going to go to scene 3. And there we see the shadow moved again. So I'm going to move this. Let's see if I move it. I don't want it to do that. Let's have it move back in this direction. And I'm going to click update. And let's see. And I'm going to click update there. So now when we move from one scene to another, the shadows will be moving as well. And even though you don't see it, when I click on the preview, when we export the video, it will save it like that. So now I'm going to click on Scene Manager and just show you some other options that we can do with our scenes. So here we have the list of scenes that we have, and when we save it, it will save in the order that you see it over here from left to right. And we can change this order by moving, right here he says move scene up. We can move them up or down however we want. If we want it for some reason to rearrange that, we can. And we can also exclude a video from our animation by clicking over here where it says include an animation. I can say no. So there we see it's in parentheses, so that when we save an animation, this scene will not be saved. But I do want that included, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that selected, and I'm going to go ahead and click out of this. And now if I'm ready to export my animation, I'm going to go to File, Export, Animation, Video. And here we see that it gives us a couple different options. We have an MP4, AVI, and just a couple different other options for video formats. I'm going to leave this in the MP4 file. And let's see. And here's another, it gives us a couple more options that we can select here. Here's our resolution. It's set at 720. A couple of different options we can select there. And we can change our frame rate, which I think it's going to be fine at 24. And here we can loop the video back to the beginning. So that's another option we can do. So I'm going to leave those as they were, and I'm going to click OK. And I'm just going to save this video in on my desktop and just click Model, Export. And here, depending on your computer and how many scenes you have, will determine how long it will take to save your file. So now our file is done. Let's go ahead and click on that file and see what it looks like. And there we go, just a quick little video that we created from our scenes in SketchUp.